Good afternoon. I'm back again. Didn't plan on it, but I took a quick stop in Cambridge, Maryland on my way from Easton over to the Ocean City tourist attractions, the beaches. But I stopped in Cambridge. I had not been here to the Cambridge courthouse, to the Dorchester County courthouse, and found this unbelievable, beautiful statue commemorating Harriet Tubman. And I thought I'd make just a quick little live stream just to take a look at this beautiful area and its main street. I won't be spending as much time as I did in Easton. I have a schedule to keep today, and also my phone is running out of power. And so this will be a pretty short one, but check out this unbelievable statue. Harriet Tubman was born here in Dorchester County, Maryland. In 1822, her name was Araminta Ross, and her work was absolutely key to leading countless slaves to freedom before, during, and after the American Civil War via the Underground Railroad. Hey, Space Nut, I did not plan on this trip, but I found this amazing. Look at this statue. Look at the gold leaf, her hand holding a compass, showing the way to freedom. I am blown away by this statue, and I was actually heading this way to see a mural that is called Take My Hand, that also commemorates Harriet Tubman, and had no idea that this amazing statue also existed. And so we'll take a really good look at this so you can see the shackles and chains at her feet, the child taking her hand, and the compass in her hand, symbolically leading the way to freedom. I'm sorry, someone close by to me is having a spiritual meltdown of some sort. I may have to go mute for just a second. Hello, Jack. Very nice to see you. I am just so in awe of this beautiful statue, and I love the compass. I love the gold leaf, the idea that she's leading the way to freedom. This is tremendous. So I thought I'd take a look. Again, it's a blue sky day. Blue sky, green trees, red brick. What else do you need? This is the Dorchester County Courthouse. We're in Cambridge, Maryland, just across the Choptank River from where we were before in Easton, Maryland, earlier today. So here at the Courthouse Square, let's play a modified Main Street bingo. We've got our fountain. We've got a beautiful fountain there, and some other sights to see. But we're just gonna take a really quick walk down a modified Main Street walk as we say goodbye to Harriet Tubman. We'll take a quick modified walk. Can probably only walk for a few minutes before I lose power on my phone. But I didn't want to miss this. And again, this is an hour from Washington, D.C. Okay, I'd say an hour and a half. Hour and a half from Washington, D.C. An easy day trip and a beautiful little main street. And you can see the brick street here in Cambridge, Maryland. V number one, I agree. It is the Brits and many other countries. The United States was quite late in ending slavery. And this is Christ Episcopal Church, the Great Choptank Parish. Okay. And it is beautiful. We'll get a look at the fountain again here at the courthouse, and another peek at Harriet. And then we'll take a walk down Main Street. On the corner here, this is the post office, and this is really why I stopped. I stopped to get a postmark, because many post offices are no longer doing local postmarks. They send the mail to a processing facility. And so I stopped in to get a postmark, and I was very politely obliged. So I got my postmarks, I sent one postcard and I brought 2 home. But this is the historic Cambridge post office. Let me see what street this is. This is High Street. This is the High Street on High Street. I know in Europe, particularly in England, London, Great Britain, the main street is called the High Street. We call it the main street, but this main street is called High Street. So go figure. Oh, check these out. This is my kind of main street. There's Ava's little restaurant. Here we go. Typical bank. A bank is always a bank, a historic bank. It's a bank today. It's the one kind of building that I don't think ever changes in its operation, right? If it was a bank 100 years ago, it's a bank today. Check these out. Wow. It's one of those small towns that folks buzz through. Actually, there's a bypass, so they don't even come down here into Cambridge, Maryland. They stay on Route 50, and they complete. Now the local residents probably are grateful that all the traffic doesn't come here. But I've gone by this town hundreds of times in my life and never walked down this main street. So I'm glad I am today. This is the M. Nathan building. I'm gonna guess, okay, based on not a furniture store, not a department store, maybe a great big huge drugstore back in the day. We'll have to do some research. This one here is marked 1892. I know that's not old for the rest of the world, but for us, anything over 100 years is pretty old. I do like the olive color framework and shutters on the brick. I like that. Downtown frame of mine. Funeral home here. Okay, we didn't get one of those when we were in Cambridge. So on our Main Street bingo card, there was the funeral home. We got the courthouse. We got the town square here. The visitor center is farther up. It's not here in this more historically preserved area. But the visitor center is pretty cool. The visitor center is right on the Choptank River. So a really great view. Ooh, I wonder what this is. This is interesting for sure. No markings to indicate what it was. I mean, could have been a bank. I don't know. With the pillars, I don't think it was a theater. But interesting. Okay, there's a date on the near the top. We'll check that out. We will definitely check that out. 1908. Could have been a bank. I'm just saying. We'll have to do some research on this. This is really interesting. So it says 1908 at the top. And also, I don't know if you can see the little medallions above the arch, above the front door. And now this little street here, this is now Locust Street. So you can see back up the street that we just walked down, which was High Street. Now we're on Locust Street, the little shops. So we'll check this out really quickly. Hey, Daly, thanks for joining. I did not plan to do this again. This is my second live stream today. I'm just going from small town to small town on Maryland's Eastern Shore. And I keep coming across cool places like this. So I keep live streaming. Ooh, here's another mural. Here is another mural. Wow. This is not the one we came to see. We came to see the Harriet Tubman Take My Hand mural. But this one, obviously, commemorating women's history with Harriet there and with B. Arthur. Well, what do you know? Never know what you're going to come across, I'm telling you. Take time and just wander. So this is the Dorchester Women's Art Mural. So this part is Dr. Lida Orem Meredith, Frony Jones, Victoria Jackson Stanley, Dakota Abbott Flowers, Donna Wolf Mother Abbott. Okay. So that's this part of the mural. And then over here, let's see if we can find out who some of these other ladies are, because of course I know Harriet Tubman and of course I know B. Arthur, but had no idea she had anything to do with Dorchester County, Maryland. So it is B. Arthur. I'm gonna have to find out what in the world she has to do with Dorchester County. I can imagine she was born here. I would have known, right? Oh, I'll have to do this. Sorry, QR code. Gotta not get the QR code. Yogananda Pittman, Gloria Richardson, Anna Ella Carroll, Sarah Joyner, fighter pilot, Harriet Tubman, B. Arthur, and Annie Oakley. What does Annie Oakley have to do with Dorchester County? Well, now I'm embarrassed that I don't know my Maryland history, and we're going to have to find out what B. Arthur and Annie Oakley have to do with Dorchester County, Maryland. Hey, Jacob, how are you? Yeah, this is just in an alley. This is just in an alley in beautiful Cambridge, Maryland. I swear you never know what you're going to find. And I was here to find a completely different mural. And we found the radio station again. Hi, good morning, or afternoon. Is it? It's afternoon. When we were in Easton, Maryland, we found WHCP Radio 91.7. So there must be local, I don't know what you call affiliates or local stations for this Eastern Shore station. A radio station. We have to add this to our small town bingo. Although it's the only time I've ever found it. It is the only time I've ever seen a radio station down Main Street. Oh, okay, I can't stay at this street. Okay, son. So in Easton, Maryland, we had Town Square. Oh, look. Okay, former building, obviously under renovation, but look, in the ground, graves. I love finding things like that. So in Easton, we had Town Square Fountain, post office. I forgot what else we found. And here we have Town Square Fountain, courthouse, radio station, which we also had in Easton, big church, funeral home. We did find funeral home here. We did not find funeral home in Easton. And this RAR looks like a place to be. And Bessie Burgers. Hi, good morning. Afternoon. It's afternoon now. Good afternoon. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay, RAR must be the place to have lunch. Maybe I'll have lunch there. And we're continuing down Poplar Street. Church bells go down. If you're just joining the stream, I stopped here. I did not plan to, but I saw an unbelievable statue of Harriet Tubman. And it just caught my attention, and I thought I would do a little live stream. And then I found the main street, and here we are on Main Street. It is noon here, and the bells are ringing. Now we passed the courthouse. That must be a county office building there. So Cambridge, Maryland is the county seat of Dorchester County. And earlier today we were in Easton, Maryland, which is the county seat of Talbot County, Maryland. So we've crossed over the Choptank River, which separates Dorchester County from Talbot County. Now, I always wondered why we say Dorchester, but we say Worcester, because we also have a Worcester County, but it's spelled Worcester, but we say Worcester. So I'll let my British friends help us understand that. Okay, Leather Goods Company here. Melina Custom Leather.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Great to meet you. So that says Craig's. Now in the ground earlier we saw what I thought was Greg's. Maybe it was Craig's. This one definitely a former, could it have been a former Five and Dime? Or a department store. It has that look. It has that look. But this is totally small town America. Just a short drive from our nation's capital or from Baltimore. And if you're heading to the beach resorts and the ocean attractions, you can easily miss these little beautiful small towns along the way. If you stay on Route 50, you might miss these small towns. I'm gonna go and mute because of the music playing really loudly. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, I think I'm safe now. Just have to be careful about live commercial music. I can still hear it, but oh, look at this one. Oh my gosh. I mean, that also has the look of a firehouse of some sort, but I don't think so. We will do some research on these beautiful, beautiful buildings here. Hi, Grow a Garden King again. Hello. I'm glad you're back. I did not plan to do this. I had no plans, but I ran across a beautiful sculpture and then a mural, and here's another mural, and I just had to live stream. So here's another mural honoring the watermen and life on the water here on Maryland's Eastern Shore. These murals are often tucked away in alleyways, and they should be front and center. Hello, Emre again. Hi. Well, thank you all for joining me again on a completely unplanned wander down another main street. My next stream was supposed to be tonight under the lights on the Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk. I'm still going to do that. But this is just a little detour through Cambridge, Maryland. Oh my gosh, look at that one. Look at that one. Built in 1911, as you can see on the medallion at the top. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have so many of these small towns to come back and like formally research. Probably 3 years ago, I went to Martinsburg, West Virginia, and let's see, Strasburg, a couple of other towns in Virginia and West Virginia, and spent days there and took hundreds of hours of video, and I have not finished cataloging and producing videos yet. I have to edit and catalog, and the problem is we keep having these beautiful sunny days, and it makes me need to get out. And so I have to get out and continue to film an adventure. And here, just when I thought we were coming to the end and I might have said, hey, we're done, down the street I see a historic theater, so we're going to continue. But look at this. This is an event venue, 447 venue. Look at the chandeliers. Check that out. In this big old historic building. Let me see if I can get a better view over here. Daly, you are fantastic. Okay, so look at the top, we have Phillips Hardware Company at the top there. Usually these ones with the bigger windows downstairs are like either furniture companies or department stores. But this must have been a really important hardware company. Look at those windows, look at that glass. I am amazed. And a beautiful church on the corner. We will head down here to this theater that I see, and then we'll end the stream, because seriously, I do have to get over to the to the beaches, which is where I planned to be today. But side trips keep getting in my way. And I'm glad you're here to join me. Yeah, Emery, hi. I'm not going to make anyone a moderator who's not a personal friend of mine, someone that I've actually met, like Daly. Daly and I go way back. So I do appreciate the offer. But I'm not. I have to know ya. And although you've been in several of my streams, I do appreciate the offer. I don't quite know you yet. So down here, further down on this street, the buildings are in a little bit of disrepair, but I did want to capture this theater that says Tolly Theater on it. And maybe this was built in, oh, I don't know, maybe the early 1900s, 1920s. Yes, another space nut. And anyone can join me for a walking tour. Downtown Washington, D.C. is my favorite. So if anyone is ever visiting Washington, I'll tell you where to meet me. And we'll have a great time. So this is I guess it's the former Tolly Theater. Has seen its better days. We'll do a little bit of research and learn about it. Oh, and what a great way to end our stream. The Black-Eyed Susan is the state flower of Maryland. And this beautiful mural, surrounded by Black-Eyed Susans. This will make for a really good end to the stream. Well, thanks everyone for joining this very, very unplanned visit to Cambridge, Maryland, and its main street, which is the High Street. Hi, Melissa. Great to have you. Check out the very beginning of this stream to see the amazing Harriet Tubman statue, which is what made me pull over and start live streaming again today. Now, the real plan was, the original plan was, later tonight, probably between about 7 o'clock Eastern time, I will be live streaming from the boardwalk in Ocean City, Maryland, after the lights come on, so that we can check out some of the historic sites on the boardwalk, including the oldest continuously running carousel in the United States. It's probably nowhere near the oldest continuously operating amusements in other countries. But for the United States, over 100 years is a pretty big deal. Everyone take care. Hope to see you again in about 7 hours, 6.5 or 7 hours. Do take care. Bye-bye.